Hola, me llamo Carolina y en este vídeo voy a explicarte quién soy y por qué debería ser yo tu profesora de español. En primer lugar, siempre he tenido una gran pasión por los idiomas. Cuando era pequeña, me encantaba el inglés. Siempre me ha gustado mucho el inglés. Cuando tenía 18 años decidí estudiar traducción e interpretación en la Universidad de Salamanca en España. The University of Salamanca is one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in Spain. After studying translation and interpreting this bachelor, I not only could speak English but also German. Ich kann auch Deutsch sprechen. Obviously, I can give my classes in both English and German, but I think it's extremely important to learn and to speak Spanish. I think all my classes and most of my exercises and activities will be focused on conversation. It can be commenting pictures, commenting exercises, having conversations about daily topics, recreating daily conversations, anything. But it will be, of course, conversation. Besides being a translator and interpreter, I also did an internship as a translator for the uh, joint United Nations program on HIV and AIDS. It's called UNAIDS. It's a joint program of the United Nations, and there I translated the website of the United Nations. So I have, uh, let's say, professional experience. It was a great experience, especially working for such a important organization that helps such a important cause, such as, like I say, fighting AIDS, terrible disease. That was a great experience as a translator. Then I also worked as a teacher. I worked as an English teacher in an English academy, as a substitute teacher for both children and adults. And I worked for a family to teach a 7-year-old girl to learn Spanish through games and active conversation. So why should I be your Spanish teacher? I think the main characteristic that uh, makes me different from the rest is my experience learning languages. I am completely in contact with the whole process. I know the difficulties, the setbacks, everything, the motivation problems, um, the difficulties in learning. You know, not every student learn the same. Every student learns different. So I think I have this background that other teachers don't have, that helps me understand and be in touch with the students and their students' difficulties and adapt better to them. Um, I don't want to be only your teacher, but I want to be your teacher and learning companion, learning partner, someone that helps you go through the whole process and improve and reach your goal. That's who I want to be. And I think my experience in language learning makes me the right person for that. Now I'm going to show you a little bit this explanation on how a class could look like with me. Okay, I made a little bit of a trial video. I'm gonna It's gonna go right now on the screen, and after this I will explain you one more thing about me, and I hope you like it. Okay, so let's go ahead.
Muy bien, chicos y chicas, voy a explicar muy brevemente cómo conjugar el presente de indicativo de verbos que acaban en ar. En español hay tres tipos de verbos, three types of verbs. They either end in ar, er or ir. Terminan en ar, en er o en ir. We are going to take today the verbs that end in ar. We are going to see how we do the present of indicative, el presente del indicativo. Para esto tomamos el verbo hablar, to speak, to talk. And we cut off the ending. We take the A and the R away. And then we get the root of the verb. Tenemos la raíz del verbo. Hablo. H-A-B-L. H-A-B-L. Esa es la raíz. Escribimos, we write, la raíz aquí, hablo, y a continuación, as the next step, we will add the endings to each of the subjects. As you know, we have yo, tú, él o ella, nosotros y nosotras, vosotros y vosotras, ellos o ellas. So let's go and see each of the endings. The first one is yo hablo, it's a o. The second one is tú hablas. Third one, él o ella habla. En la primera persona del plural, nosotros o nosotras hablamos. Vosotros o vosotras habláis. En el caso del plural, la segunda persona del plural, second person of the plural, habláis. And the last person, ellos o ellas hablan. Those are the endings, and you can use it for every verb that ends in "ar" and is regular in the present of indicative. Muy sencillo, puedes probar, practicar y espero que esta explicación sea útil para ti. Gracias por escucharme.
So that was a little bit demonstration on how it looks like to have a class with me. As you see, I like to use the whiteboard because it gives you let's say a feeling of a traditional classroom, but I also like to use Google Docs because Google Docs helps you write simultaneously together and gives a more interactive feeling to it. So we can also, let's say, write on Google Docs, do exercises together, etc. So those are my two methods, but I can, of course, I am open to more that the student may suggest, and I'm always looking for more ways to teach. What else I would like to say? Well, about me, the last detail that I think is remarkable is that I've lived in many different countries. He vivido en muchos países distintos. He vivido, bueno, en Austria, he estudiado un año en la universidad, he hecho programas de inmersión en Irlanda, en Estados Unidos y en Canadá, donde he vivido con familias nativas. Estuve como adolescente 4 semanas en un instituto de Estados Unidos y también vivo actualmente en Alemania desde hace 2 años. También he vivido casi un año en los Países Bajos y estoy muy en contacto también con ese país. Por lo tanto, esto me da una experiencia internacional en este panorama internacional que creo que es muy importante y valiosa para trabajar con estudiantes internacionales. Espero que os haya gustado mi vídeo. Si os decidís y queréis probar conmigo, no os olvidéis de reservar en mi calendario una cita y os daré una sesión de pruebas sin compromiso. Muchas gracias y que tengáis un buen día. Adiós.